Welcome to Old Guy Physics again, and we're just got done talking about convex lenses over there on that side of the board, and here's a diagram of a concave lens. One of the things that we need to see about these concave lenses, the diagram looks identical to the ones we were doing over there, but one of the things that's interesting about this diagram is that, like a convex mirror, all the images always show up in the same place. And so if this is the object that we've got located here, let's put some numbers in here again right quick. This is going to be -10 and -20, +10, +20, and let's make this 14, okay? When we run this problem, we're going to draw the lines like we showed before. So when it comes in parallel, the thing that makes this difference is that the light's going to go away from the center line. It's going to diverge. And so we're going to end up using the focal point on this side to show how the light bends away. And so I'm going to do a little dotted line to right here. And so the light comes in parallel, that's going to go away from the center line. On this diagram over here, we saw that it was going through the focal point, but on this diagram, we see that it's going away from the focal point on this side. The second line is still the same. We're going to draw a line from the tip of the arrow through the center of the lens, like that, and where they intersected was an image that was right here. Now, if we look at that image versus that object, number one, we should see that it's right side up. Number two, we should see, since it's right side up, we know that it's virtual. Number three, we should see that it is smaller. And number four, it's located right here between the focal point on this side and the lens. And so we can solve this math problem and come up with the answer. There is that's not really a trick, but it's just something that you got to keep track of. You got to keep track of your negative signs. We're using the focal point on the negative side, so the focal point will be negative in the math. So if I have 1 over f minus 1 over do equals 1 over di, then this is going to be 1 over -10 minus 1 over 14. We still are going to solve for a common denominator, which is 140. And now we're going to have -14 minus 10, which is going to be -24 over 140. And let me grab my calculator right quick. When I flip that over, it's going to be 140 divided by 24, and that's going to be 5.83, that's not a 3, that's a 3, and it's negative. And so if you look right here, you can see if that's 10 and that's 0, negative 5.83 would be right in that ballpark right there. And so the diagram supports the math and the math supports the diagram. Any questions?